Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, I want you guys to continue to pray for me. Pray that you guys remember I this morning I was working with some bismuth. I had several glasses of slag and I poured bismuth bars out of them. And I thought, wouldn't that be nice if it were a gold bar, right? So pray that when I get home, that all of that bismuth in that bar has disintegrated into gold, right? I think I did a calculation one time on the probability of that happening within a reasonable amount of time, and it was like one in a googolplex, right? But there is a chance, right? And so pray that when I get home, I have I poured two bars like that earlier today. Pray that I have two beautiful bars of gold, right? Uh, but why am I asking for this prayer? Well, I live with a couple of roommates, and I really need to set boundaries with one of my roommates. He's a borderline alcoholic, and he often gets upset for nonsensical reasons. Right? For some reason, I don't know what he did to his bedroom, but he insists on sleeping in the living room, which might have been okay, except that he expects everybody to tiptoe around him. And I really like to be setting some hard boundaries, but at the same time, I can't rock things too much because I really need that place at the moment, right? If I had two gold bars, I'll actually set firmer boundaries, and if that doesn't go right, I could just go down the street and literally buy whatever house fancies me down the street, right? That would the dynamics of that argument with my roommate would change significantly, right? And in fact, I might not even lose the place. Just the ability to lose the place is what I need, right? Similarly, at my job, I teach at Glendale Community College. At my job, the other day, I I found that I had a lot more status than I thought I gave myself credit for. So I had asked for a day off so that I could go to Texas a day earlier, and it didn't go badly. And you know what? I I think I probably could ask for a lot more things than I do at my job, but a lot of times I can't afford to risk anything at my job. See, I'm not in a position where I can where I'm not depending on the income from my job. I can't say that I don't need it, right? I would so much love to be working at a job that I love and don't need the income. I could just do it the way that I do. I would so much love to be in a position like that. I would still love all of my students. I'd still get along with my colleagues. I would set much firmer boundaries with the colleagues that I don't get along with 100%, which is very few of them nowadays, right? I definitely set firmer boundaries with my students. A lot of times I let students dance all over me, especially with rescheduling finals, especially with excuses and all that. I sometimes let students dance all over me. In large part, well, I guess I do sometimes uh, 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 overshare with the students, and sometimes I have too good of a rapport with them, but also in part because I don't want to rock things at the job, right? And I have anger problems, and sometimes if I allow myself to get riled up, the wrong stuff comes out of my mouth, and sometimes I'm not willing to take that risk, and it's a lot easier just to accommodate the student than to worry, am I going to get myself worked up and make a mistake, right? I've lost jobs like that before, right? So, but if I had $10 million in the bank, I think that kind of negotiation would probably be easier to handle, and that's what I need, right? By the way, if I go home and those two bismuth bars have turned into gold, I'm not going to quit my job. No, I'd actually start my job in terms of being who I am, right? I feel very straitjacketed into behaving in certain ways, and it hinders my ability to do my work, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.